Okay, this is presentation number 3. It's a persuasive essay on a very controversial topic, which is abortion. And by the way, I did look for a speaking podium, but didn't have any luck in finding one. The morality of abortion is debated every day in our society. Many see this act as a serious offense, and some may go so far as to even consider it murder. A lot of arguments have been brought to the table over the years about abortion, but no matter what way you break it down, there's two ways to look at it. There's pro-life and there's pro-choice. Pro-life is people believe that any kind of life, even if it is underdeveloped life, is very sacred and should be protected at all costs. Pro-choice, they have a different stance, which is governments don't have the right to take away a woman's right to, get rid of her fetus. Abortion is a medical procedure that should be available to any woman who sees necessary. Obviously, medical professionals and not government officials should be giving inputs and medical opinions on following through with the pregnancy the full way. If you had a open heart procedure tomorrow, then you wouldn't expect the government to tell you, oh no, you can't do that. You'd laugh in their face about it. In Canada, our society is built on the concept of equal rights and civil liberties. It is a notion that we pride ourselves on. The ability for a woman to have an abortion, if she chooses, if she maintains the idea. If a woman does not have full control of her body, then the rights that we fight for are being broke. Forcing a pregnant woman to give birth means that for at least 9 months her body is subject to changes that she is not willing to go through. In such cases as rape or incest, not only is there unwanted physical pressure on the body, but there are also physiological damage as well. This should not be forced on anyone in our society. Having a baby is a life-changing experience, and in some cases it happens before the mother is ready for the responsibility. Forcing someone who does not want a child to have one is not a fair alternative in our society. For teenagers or even students, funds are already low, and raising children can be very expensive. In these cases, it is not unlikely for the mother to be single or alone. This could lead to grim prospects for the future. It is not unlikely that in the situation of a young person having a baby, the mother would be obliged to work more, meaning that she would miss more classes or even eventually drop out of school altogether. Studies show that young people who have children are much more likely to leave school to work and rely on public assistance to raise their kid. This does not make for a strong environment for a young child. Making abortion illegal does not mean that it's going to stop it from happening. It just means that it's making it less safe. The number of women who get abortions does not change with if abortion is legal or if it's illegal or vice versa. It's just the number of women who die that changes. Unfortunately, every year 78,000 women die from unsafe procedures. Even with underreported and underrepresented figures, it is clear that more than 3 million abortions have occurred in Canada since 1969 when it was first decriminalized. Lastly, it is important to address the main argument on why people want to ban abortion altogether, which is the idea of murder. This concept is very hard to support because also it's just not the case. Nearly all abortions take place in the first or maybe the second trimester. At this time of the development cycle of the fetus, the developing child is incapable of surviving on its own. It relies on the mother's body and is attached to the mother via the umbilical cord, and her health, the baby's health, mimics the mother's health. During this time, the fetus is not a separate entity. It is not alive. It is simply just another part of the mother's body. And if the mother wishes to not have that there anymore, then it is her right to remove it. Abortion is certainly not a procedure to take lightly. Even if the fetus is not alive during the first trimester, it no doubt will be eventually. Abortion is not the destruction of a life, but it is the prevention of one. For this reason, anyone who chooses to have an abortion should be presented with the facts and made aware of the decision and the consequences that come with that decision. That decision, however, is their choice to make, and society has no right to take that away from them. Obviously, this was a hard topic to research. It was very controversial, a lot of damning facts, and I did stumble across a funny quote from the late George Carlin, He said, "How come when it's us, it's an abortion, but when it's a chicken, it's an omelet?" By no means is this topic funny, but after all the seriousness and the statistics that I've read through, it is nice to see someone finally speak their mind about a touchy subject. Any questions? Thank you.